Hello and welcome back to the final part of Let's Play Fire Emblem, The Fall of Thabes, where we will be doing the last chapter, which isn't really a chapter in terms of gameplay. You'll see. Great job, everyone. I just wanted to say I'm glad you're all by my side. Even you, Xerxes. A compliment from the prince. How fortunate I am. I mean it, you fought well. You all fought well. Thank you. Harkon, you dolt. We weren't just fighting because you asked us to. We all wanted to save Thabes. Nonetheless, thank you. That creature Fornius made, it's still out there. I can still sense its presence corrupting this place. We don't have time to search around for it. We'll have to come back later. We can use the Fire Emblem to reattach the seal in Fornius' lab. Fire Emblem? Yes, perhaps the greatest piece of magic in the world not wrought by Fornius' hand. It's also known as the Eternal Seal. It will last forever, keeping whatever remains of Fornius' monsters from ever leaving this lab. I don't trust it. We should still return later to exterminate the creature. Agreed, but the sooner we leave here the better. What time is it now anyway? I hope there's something left of Thabes to save. Helena, wait. Oh, Than, what is it? I heard what you said in there about wanting to forgive him. Let me apologize on his behalf. There is no need. His crimes are not yours. I know. Even so, I'm sorry. Thank you. What will you do next? That depends on Duma. But if I can return home, would you like to accompany me? You could be a guest among the dragons. You want me to be your slave? No, not a slave. I have lost a child and you have lost a parent. I'd have you be my son. An interesting proposal, but we will have to see what happens next. There, the Fire Emblem will keep the laboratory sealed. That's it? Seems rather easy to break. Woe betide anyone who does. You're right, though. Physically breaking it from the outside is far easier than it should be. We best collapse this entire part of the old city and bury Fornius' vile experiments for good. Hey, Bellerophon. What is it? I want you to take Sarah and fly away as soon as you see sunlight. Why? We don't know how the dragons will react when we deliver them Fornius' head. They may decide to kill us all anyway. Should that happen, at least some of us ought to survive. And you're the only one who can fly. No, Archon, I'm not going. You're the king of Thabes, not the universe. I'm also a royal of this city. I've made it perfectly clear to you before. I won't abandon it. Things are different now. You're my heir, Sarah. You need to live as a royal duty to me. There is no crown without Thabes. My mind is made up. Sigh, Sarah. No, Archon. You don't get to treat me like a child anymore. This is my choice, and you can't stop me. But you, Bellerophon, you should go. Sarah, you're hilarious. I've never met a bigger hypocrite. I'm not leaving you. Yes, you are. Either we both go or we both stay. Come on, Sarah, be sensible. No, I'm going to have things my way. I'm staying with Archon and you're leaving, Bellerophon. If I leave you, if you stay and I see you die, then my suffering will be far worse. Sarah, you're not the only one with feelings. You know, Sarah, you're a real brat. But I've never loved you more. I really wish you'd come with me, but I know when your mind is made up. Just don't die on me. Wait, you're really going to go without her? I am. Thank you for everything, both of you. May we see each other again in this life or another. King Archon, I'm so glad to see you. The dragons have invaded again. Much of the city has already been razed. We're making our last stand at the palace. Come this way, we can use the underground passages. I'd hoped Selena had bought us more time. Okay, let's meet Duma. What's the situation? It seems the dragons are ignoring the palace. They're instead choosing to hunt down any unarmed civilians they can find throughout the city. Fornius' head isn't worth anything if Duma doesn't come here to see it. I'll fly above the city and make my presence known here. I'm sure Duma wants to see me. Well, Prince, here we are, awaiting the end. Any regrets? I'm not your prince, Xerxes. Aye, you're not. I'm your king. Very well. If it matters to you that much, then I'll call you by what you are. All hail Archon, the last king of Thabes. And we get a promotion sequence for Archon in the last chapter of the game. Lots of stat boosts up. You know, Xerxes, if you'd been more upfront with me about Fornius from the start, we could have saved a lot of lives. Oh, you think so? If you were to swap places, when would you have told me about Fornius? As soon as I could. And had I told you when you first entered the city, would you have rushed off to confront him immediately, leaving the escaping civilians and your father to their fate? And after you'd successfully raised the city's defenses, would you have rushed your army off to confront him then, while exhausted from the day of battle? That morning, when you sent me down there, that would have been the perfect time. I'd have gone with an army backing me up. Do you forget what happened while you were down in the catacombs? I was defending the city from assault. Had you slain Fornius at that point, you would have returned to where we stand now, a city devastated and only one foolish hope to protect what remains. It is foolish, isn't it? It is. We are a bunch of fools who put dreams and duty above our own skin. I don't think you're a good man, Xerxes. In fact, I'd even go so far as to call you a villain. But you'd make a good king. King? You trying to insult me, boy? Wouldn't dream of it. It's coming, I can sense him. Any sign of the Earth Dragon who attacked us yesterday? Yes, but not here. He's out there. I think he's fighting someone. Fighting someone? But who's left outside of this room to fight? Hela, I did not think you would show your face to me again. Why did you interfere with Loptir's assault on the city? Duma, these humans do not deserve to die. They had nothing to do with Ezra's death. So he is dead then. You are sure? Yes, I saw the body. And his spirit? Also destroyed. Either that or twisted beyond recognition. And you have the gall to tell me to let these humans live? After what they've done to our child? It was not them. Lord Duma, I present to you the head of Fornius. This was the man responsible for the death of your son. He is a criminal among humans and was executed for his crimes. Crimes funded by your leaders. At first, yes, silence, human. Hela, is this true? Is that the head of the one who took my Ezra from me? Yes, it's over now. There's no more need for fighting. Duma, you know that's not true. They are right. It is too late now. Thabes must be destroyed. Why? Do not ask questions of me, human. This human is the king of Thabes, and I demand to know why you wish the destruction of my people. The people who carried out your vengeance for you. Tell me, so-called human king, how do you feel about dragons? Once I had respect for them, but I cannot say they've been my favorite creatures of late. Delicately put, by now I'm sure you hate dragons. This is not true. Your own maid Helena is a dragon whom I would consider a dear friend. You tried to speak with enlightened words, but I can see the hate in your eyes. Right now you wish nothing more than to slay me. That hate will not vanish if I show you mercy now. Thabes has proven too dangerous to be allowed to live. Should I leave now, you will rise from the ashes and challenge the dragons once more. Better to burn even the ashes, and annihilate any trace of Thabes for good. But that was just posturing. Ezra was why you came here. I did not embark on this assault alone. This is the will of dragonkind. Though Ezra was my personal motivation, the words nonetheless remain true. Thabes must perish. You see the humans as individuals. I sympathize if you have befriended them. But I must see them as a collective. Even should you convince these humans not to seek vengeance on us, what of their descendants? Their lives are as short as their memory. The one who took Ezra from me was a Thabian. Try as they might to distance themselves from him, it is undeniable. One such as him, one so brazen as to challenge the gods, shall be born again. I will not allow it. No one else shall suffer the loss I have suffered. This is not what Naga would want, and you know it. I can feel her presence now. She's out there, right now, fighting Loptir. Indeed she is. That is why I must make this quick. I won't let you, Duma. I'll fight you if I must. Do not be ridiculous. You cannot fight me. And yet I will. So this is the iron will you exhibited that forced Loptir to retreat. But your bravado will not make me falter. Stand aside, Hela. Stand aside, or I will kill you. Are these humans truly worth dying for? Are they worth killing for? Very well. You have forced my hand for the final time. Goodbye, my love. Duma, please, no more. Helena! Looks like this is it, Archon. Hoping for mercy was folly. It's not over yet. Helena said Naga was out there. We just have to hold out long enough. These humans have demonstrated how their hope shall never waver. Kill them all and make it quick. So, this is the final chapter in the throne room. We are faced with a ton of dragons, and basically we cannot win. Archon's juicy new promotion, well, he lost his horse, and apparently he needs it, because he cannot move at all from this spot. And these dragons all here, they can hit everyone. Although these ones will not move, the generals will. Here we have the generals we saw in the desert chapter. And Duma himself. These two, Manu and Zemsel, are from the Arcanian games, from Shadow Dragon. So basically, yeah, there's no hope here. You can try and kill some dragons if you want. You can go for Duma, but you're not going to kill him. Unless you get really lucky with your accuracy. But if you do, then, well, you kind of break the game because you're not meant to kill him. I did have a stat that's stronger before, so it was literally impossible to kill him, but if you make his stats too high, when you reset and do resume game, then stats lower and you're easily able to kill him. So, technically you could kill Duma here, but you have to get really lucky with a lot of like 30-40% hits. My life is worthless compared to yours, Helena. I die without sorrow. So, since we can't kill Duma, let's try kill one of his generals. Even these guys are super strong though. So you finally took me down, damn dirty lizards. Alright, yeah, so I don't think we're going to kill them either. Let's just kill some of these generals watching them, or these dragons watching us. They won't move, but if you get in their range, they will attack you in enemy phase. But, you know, none of it matters because you're not getting out of this alive. This is all scripted. He gets 2 crits, he could do it. Maybe he will. 67 is very high. Nah, I didn't get a second crit. Finished the ice dragon off with someone else though. Okay, and I'm just gonna end my turn now and see what the dragons do. No, why did this have to happen to me? Mother, I'm afraid. And one interesting thing to note about this chapter is I've introduced a casual mode where units have different death quotes, where like they retreat instead. But in this chapter, they will use the death quotes from the normal classic mode, because there's no getting out of this alive. And Xerxes, who's massively tanky, not even he can take more than one hit from Duma. And so falls Thabes. I just wanted to understand. Zero can't kill Taichon. Can't double them. Sorry, Dad. Your little boy is heading into the unknown first. Actually, Xerxes is already dead, Taichon, so that quote doesn't make sense. Alright, I guess I'll just suicide against some of these guys, maybe. Nah, dealing 1 damage? Why are you dealing such low damage? It's great. You're one of the strongest. Them almost have very high defense. But you're not meant to kill any of these bosses, so it's fine. I've lived, I've loved. They can never take that from me. There's Sarah and Archon left. Let's have Sarah. Let's try charge for the escape. Run away. Archon, please. Goodbye. Now, what about Archon? Only one left. So, King of Thabes, you have watched your loved ones die and your city crumble. Have you any last words? Curse you, dragons. You act high and mighty, but you are no more the monsters you appear to be. May your civilization fall as Thabes has. May it be destroyed by the ugliness in your soul, surfacing for all to see. Duma. Naga, you've arrived just in time to witness the death of a king. Do not be flippant with me. You have committed an unparalleled crime. If you desire some mercy from me, then step away from that human. He is probably the last human left alive in Thabes. You would have me spare him to wander the wreckage of his kingdom? He'll have killed himself by noon. Maybe so, but his death will not be by your hand. You know I would hate to leave a job unfinished. In the end, I was useless. You could not spare even one. I figured I've already made things as bad as they can be. So what is your punishment? Will you kill me? I thought so. You're not even confident you can kill me after your fight with Loptir. I am not confident, but my anger boils so much I am willing to try. Lord Naga, please, I beseech you to have mercy. He showed no mercy when it would cost him nothing. He deserves none now. Please, Lady Naga, for me, let him live. And have him collaborate with Loptir to usurp me again. Normally I admire your benevolence, Milla, but in this case it is uncalled for. As if your love of humans had not been your own undoing. He is my dear brother. I do not wish him dead. Would you stand against me to save him? I would. What of you, Gota? I will remain forever by your side, Lord Naga. And the rest of you? Naga's time has passed. Her foolish love of humans gave rise to an empire that threatened us. I did the only rational thing by destroying it. I am no fool. I know precisely what stirred the ire within you to start this war. This, a war? This was nothing, Naga. I will bring you a war the likes of which you have never seen. So be it then. A war the likes of which the world has never seen. And that's it. That is the fall of Thabes. That's how it ends. According to the Valentia Accordion, or Book of Revelations, Naga and Doom have a follow-up war that was incredibly immense, according to the records, because these were divine dragons before the fall, before they became Manichettes. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope watching this gave you some ideas how to beat the games in terms of gameplay. That was the main idea. It wasn't to show off my magnetic personality and amazing voice acting skills, because I clearly don't have that. At least when it comes to making Let's Plays. And of course, these are all pictures we're seeing from the various famous dragons from the series who play a part in this game. Grima, Duma, Naga. Mila's there a little bit as well. And Loptir. But we never actually see in Fire Emblem. We only see Julius possessed by him. It's just his will. We never see what happened to Loptir's physical body. My guess is that it degenerated and became feral. But I really think they should have used it for Fire Emblem Warriors, where they invented yet again another random evil Satan dragon with no actual character. And they had called that Loptir, it would have been fantastic fan service. I think that comes from either Fire Emblem 6 or 7, Binding Blade or Blazing Blade. It's a scouring, but showing off dragons, it's good enough for the credits of this game. And of course, in case it's not obvious, all these credits here are just the credits for Sacred Stones. I didn't put in a credit list. I have it in the README who did all the sprites and stuff. And in terms of the bulk of the work for this game, it's all been entirely me, all the coding and all the map design and stuff. The only thing I had help with was the spriting, the mugs and sprites and stuff. The magical research of Thabes continues to astound me. I had no idea they had advanced this far. Are you saying there is some merit to what Duma claimed? I do not pass such judgments. I only describe what I see. The Thabians were starting to rival us in magical research. Take a look at this, for example. A binding spell? Yes. It seems they had a working prototype, but it's not among the research notes. You are saying this technology rivals our own? For such a spell, this one might even surpass it. You are sure? With even a quick glance, I can see how they could increase the functionality of this device. Rather than a single stone in the center, if we align them like this, we can create an equilibrium. I had similar ideas, and I'm sure given more time, the Thabians would have come to the same conclusion. If only humans and dragons could work together in Thabes. What is this object called? It seems they called it the Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem. So that's just a bit of fan service continuity thrown in there, establishing that Thabes was the one who first made the Fire Emblem. Which we see in Shadows of Valentia on the wall of the Thabes labyrinth. Died at day 3, fall. Died at day 3, fall. Died at day 3, fall. It's not all like this, but it's a bit amusing. This is the TP total party knockout. TPK. That's an acronym, right? Died at 3, fall. Yeah, the obstinate. Died at 3, fall. Day 3, fall. Died at day 3, fall. Died at day 3, fall. But Bellerophon didn't. Bellerophon survived, so that seems Bellerophon the survivor. Bellerophon managed to make it to the New World. His testimony of the events that transpired provide invaluable to the composition of works that would come to be known as the Valentian Accordion and the Book of Revelations. So he's the witness. Though she died with a sorrowful heart, her face held defiance to the end, the very end. Duma would later talk with much regret of how things ended between them. Archon, the last king. Archon held the shortest reign of any king in Thabes' history. His name and actions were remembered for centuries to follow. But like Thabes itself, all that he stood for eventually faded into the desert sands, or into the sands of time. I'm guessing there because it's scrolling so slowly. Duma, Warfather. Duma lost the war against Naga. He was banished from the continent and forced to live in the New World amongst the survivors of Thabes. I don't know why Mila's sprite gets messed up there. I don't know at all. It's the same sprite that I used before that looked good, but for some reason with the palette here it doesn't work. Mila followed her brother to the New World. Together they ruled over the survivors of Thabes. They held no ill will towards the humans, but their conflicting philosophies eventually gave rise to bloodshed anew. Gota also has that strange thing going on with his sprite. It looks more funky though. Gota, Naga's loyalist. Gota remained forever by Naga's side, even beyond death. Though it was not his personal choice, this meant he was forever known as a friend of humanity. Lopdir, humanity's enemy. With the support of his tribe, Naga was unable to banish Lopdir. He passively challenged Naga for rule of the continent for another 1,000 years, before finally launching another war in which he vanished. Naga, Dragon King. After countless years and many battles, Naga returned to Thabes, the site of her greatest failure. There she lay down and died, leaving the future of the world in humanity's hands. And that's it. That is the end of Fire Emblem, The Fall of Thabes. I hope you enjoyed it. It says epilogue there, but we get to play the fall again, although with everyone dead. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my little fan game. If you're just watching these videos, then I suggest you play it yourself. It's a bit difficult, but if you persevere, you can do it. And do what I do in these videos, and things should work out the way they should work out pretty well. I did lose 2 units in the final chapter there, which I brought back just for this video. Even though I don't think Taichon or Peon, they didn't have any plot-related stuff there, so that was... didn't need to bring them back. And leaving them to die in Fornius' chamber would have made no difference. Anyway, I'm rambling a bit now. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck, and stay tuned. I might put up something else in the future.